A horror game this time around, Anatomy.
Hi,
Uh,
hi.
is joining me is Gex. She does the
Oh,
things. I'm playing this game as a special. She requested this especially. Is gonna be. She said I would like this because atmospheric horror, and it apparently is similar to the Static Speaks My Name.
yeah.
And I love atmospheric horror. In fact, I think jump scares is kind of like a cheap way to get the minimum excitement you need to give a player for a horror game, and it's kind of like the easy way out. It's kind of like the same way how in an RPG, just experience to build stats so that future fights are not impossible is a very cheap way to do like a very thoughtful mechanics, or having a player actually get more familiar with the game and having that be the improvement that a player feels. A very simple example of that is if you play any Final Fantasy game, you just kind of get stronger by leveling up, and enemies get harder because they have bigger numbers. There are a couple of exceptions to this. The big one being Final Fantasy, I believe it was 10. I don't really like 10, but 10 did have a very nice combat system. A very good RPG that does not let you just grind to win is Persona, where levels stop meaning much very quickly, and it's all about how you can take advantage of all the personas you have, all the different the several stats that are available to you, and how to exploit who's weak to what, things like that. There's a lot of thinking that goes on. In fact, there are several matches where I literally just put down the controller and have to think out what my next strategy is going to be. Dark Souls also does this, where levels are borderline meaningless. It's really all about the getup you have and who you're trying to fight and how you're going to fight them with what you have. Very similar to Persona, but of course a very different game. So that's why I like atmospheric horror. I feel like atmospheric horror relies on the ties that the player makes to their surroundings and how those change can make the player feel unease. So much as adrenaline rush and jump scares go, they don't really have that same feel, but they give people the cheap scare that they want. So tell me about Kitty Horror Show, because I don't know anything.
Yeah. Yeah. That's actually a good segue to Kitty Horror Show because she's all about atmospheric horror. Kitty Horror Show is a an indie game developer, and she just sort of makes these really short, kind of low fidelity style games, uh, with lots of atmospheric horror in them. And her work tends to have places that aren't haunted necessarily, but they're like the source of the horror itself. So think like Silent Hill and that kind of deal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Silent Hill does cool stuff. Dead
yeah,
Memories. Dead Memories is big.
yeah.
All right, so I'm in this game. Move
You're
around.
in this.
Space lets me jump. I think left click is interaction. There isn't something in the readme. Everything else I'll just figure out how to as I go along. Is there like a crouch? Yeah, there is. Aw, yeah. Hope I don't have to hide from things.
No,
Hiding is
you do.
hard. Oh, that's cool. Like this is. I see what you mean by the glitchy thing, like how your vision just kind of jumps and stuff. Also,
Yeah,
obviously, like the filter.
yeah. You're sort of if you notice at the beginning, you're sort of like you're watching this through tape, kind of.
Yeah, it's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Not gonna go. I don't want to leave. Do I have a fork? Let me fork. Oh wait, that gave me a hand symbol. Okay, so this one I can't even go through. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I take this? No. It's so dark in there.
It's very dark everywhere.
I don't like it when it's dark. I should turn on the lights. It's a hand. Can I put my hand on it? The hand? Alright. It's a
Oh.
lot of doors. Oh look, it's Satan. Bye, Satan.
Oh.
Alright. So I can go up the stairs, but it's even darker up the stairs. I'm just gonna go through this door. Oh, it's locked. Perfect. I don't have to go through the door.
Yeah. A lot of these doors are locked first.
I don't even know what I'm looking at. Is this like a... The fuck am I looking at? Is it just a stone wall?
It's a couch.
It's so fucking dark. So,
You're not alone.
Oh snap, it's Squiggly telling me I'm not alone. Thanks, Squiggly. I'm not scared anymore.
I mean, it is true.
It's an operation table. I did it. I solved the riddle.
Wow. I wonder what that has to do with the game and what it's called.
Oh boy. Hey look, it's a spooky skeleton. There's a skeleton just like this one inside everybody. Just like
Wow. That's very accurate.
this. No, it's not. Alright. Oh yeah, I already checked if this was locked. Wait, I made a different sound. No, no, I didn't. It's just RNG pool of sounds. That's fine. Where the hell am I? I can't see. What the? Okay. I understand darkness is a atmospheric horror thing. I'm very much a horror through vivid colors kind of guy. I don't like the idea of obscuring what the player can observe and not letting the player take in everything at once in order to scare them, because that's kind of a cheap horror technique where limiting the amount of information the player can take in is like a very easy way to set them to feel unease. God damn, do I have to go to Satan or up the stairs?
You have to go to Satan.
Fuck Satan. Is it the Necronomicon? It's the oh, it's a tape recorder, of course, because I'm
Yeah.
okay.
In the psychology of the modern civilized human being, it is difficult to overstate the significance of the house. Since as early as the Neolithic era, humankind has defined itself by its buildings. Buildings for worship, buildings for socializing, buildings for protection, even buildings for the commemoration of the dead. But of all the structures that mankind has invented for itself, there is little doubt that the house is that which it relies upon most completely for its continued survival.
There's a tape in the dining room. Oh, really? Thanks. Thank you, game. Okay, that was very poorly timed or perfectly timed for humorous effect. Either way, I like it. If it happens again, then I know it's on purpose. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying, so like using the dark to obscure things is just kind of like a cheap way out. It's also using solitude is also is a cheap way out. Like I don't like using solitude or darkness as a means to scare people in an horror game. That's just me. I feel like once I build the guts to pick up Unreal Engine again, I'm gonna try and just throw together horror game, like very small, simple games of like various genres, just to quickly show off how I would do with them.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. Reminds me of a. You ever play the what's it called? The Beginner's Guide.
No, but I've heard of it.
A game is basically a diary about game design, and it's pretty neat. All right, it's closed. All they told me was the house is important, and then they just closed all the doors. So maybe the more I find out about myself, the more doors open. I don't know anything. I'm just... Wait.
So you gotta go to the dining room.
What's in the dining room?
No, that was the kitchen.
The fuck is the dining room?
Different room.
Oh shit.
Gotta check around. Gotta check the rooms. It's like
Oh,
a game
shit, what
about
the-
checking rooms. What?
Like, I don't know, it looked like someone else opened the door. I'm sorry. Look, it's getting a lot of that. It's getting a lot of that, alright? Oh boy. Also, who told me there was a tape in the... What the fuck? Okay.
Oh.
This is pitch black. I literally can't see anything. Is this the living room?
It's just a hallway, I think.
I think,
Yeah,
yeah, this just connects back to the
leads-
living room. Okay.
Yeah.
Can't fucking Holy shit, where am I? Okay, ceiling. Found a ceiling fan. Found the TV. It's this way. I did it. I am a mapping genius.
Yeah.
Oh snap, this is the dining room. It's got the wallpaper and everything. I'm just gonna put my left hand against this thing so I can find my way out. Holy shit, this is so dark. Is there a way to actually turn up the darkness in game?
I don't believe so.
I'm afraid to hit escape because usually in games like this, that usually like makes me quit. I don't want.
It does quit the game.
Yeah, weird. Okay. Nah. All right, fine. Obviously.
The house is one of the key elements that separates modern humanity from its more primitive antecedents. No other creature goes to such lengths to create lasting, permanent shelter for itself, nor regards such shelters with such reverence and import. Why do human beings of our modern age foster this tremendous sympathy toward their homes? There are many reasons, of course, but perhaps it is due in some small part to seeing them as a reflection of ourselves.
That's just your opinion. There's a tape downstairs. In the downstairs bathroom. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is me back to the hallway. That's the dining room. This might be the basement? Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to say something about the darkness comment you made because I think it works in this game.
Okay.
But I'll wait a bit
Okay.
because
Like, it's a sense of progression. What they could do is instead of... Well, obviously opening up doors is the sense of progression. But, it'd be kind of cool if they illuminated rooms as a sense of progression instead.
The anatomy of the house is such that this analogy is less superficial than at first it may seem. To carry it further, if we were to dissect a house as we might a human cadaver, we would find ourselves able to isolate and describe its various appendages and their functions in a decidedly anatomical fashion. There is even a fair number of direct comparisons to be drawn between those organs of a house and those of a human body.
Okay. Oh, hey, it's JP and Penny. Thanks for joining us. This is,
yeah.
Okay. What did it say? I missed it because I was so busy excited about the chat.
There's a decidedly anatomical sort of.
No, not the tape. The text.
Oh, the text. There's a tape in the garage, I believe.
This is probably the garage. Oh man, I sure am glad this is dark. Oh, this is basement. Okay. Sure, I'm glad I could tell. Shit. All right. Nope. Okay. Left hand against the wall. I've defeated you, darkness. This is the garage, confirmed. Why is the garage downstairs?
That's where you put the garage.
Downstairs? What?
Yeah.
Oh, the stairs are only this many. Okay.
Yeah, you missed the tape. It's on the shelf.
I checked the shelves and I couldn't. There you are, sneaky little asshole. Let me have you. There we go. Alright, right hand. Okay,
Yeah.
there we go.
Also, if you notice, the tapes have a slight glimmer to them.
I did not notice. They need to... If they are gonna make the tape recorders like glow like Satan, then they should probably make the shininess on the tapes a little bit more standoutish.
I think it's just meant to be like the record button being glowy.
I think it's Satan.
Yeah, you're right.
For example, let us examine the living room. Often the dominant space of a house's ground level, as well as typically the center of activity in a well-populated home, the living room is very much the heart of the house. While a human heart circulates blood to oxygenate the body's extremities, the living room circulates people, activity, communication. It is the room most likely to be found beating, as active and vivacious as its name would imply. The comparison is only strengthened when we consider also that the living room is most commonly the room to contain the fireplace, making it additionally a locus of actual physical heat.
Analogies. Also, there's a tape in the living room. Wow! Hey Penny, I didn't betray you. I said hello, JP and Penny. Yes, it is a spook game.
Yeah.
I think you missed like the first like 10 minutes of it or whatever. You can watch it later if you want. But like I go into spiel about how I like my horror games and why this game's kind of nice so far, except for the darkness. That like really bothers me.
Yeah.
Just, don't worry about it.
I want to say something about that again, but like.
I'll wait. Don't worry about it. This game doesn't seem long considering it was 78 megabytes. My freaking Edge browser tab was using up 3 gigabytes on its own, as I linked in the Discord. I don't know how. I didn't know that was possible. I'd assume it'd be on the TV. Where is it? Oh, it's right there.
It is. You missed it again.
So much for a glimmer. Heyo.
Yeah.
Could have also been here, but whatever. These shelves are purposeless. Man, my freaking assets are more than 78 megabytes. How the hell is this game so small?
Compression.
And he's saying his favorite horror game is still 5 Days Stranger series. Okay. Super pixely and old school. Yeah, graphics don't have to mean much as long as the game takes advantage of the graphics. And it's okay, really good in the third game. Gosh dang, I love it. How many tabs did you have open for Edge to be 8 gigabytes? No, 3 gigabytes and it was 1 tab. Sonic Mammy. Yep. Anyway.
It is easy to think of the kitchen and dining room as the stomach or digestive system of a house.
That's a little too
though this
obvious. You could be
comparison
more
is
creative than
tenuous.
that. Come on.
By contrast, the function and analog of a bathroom should be immediately obvious. The hallways and corridors of a house are its veins, providing circulation coursing throughout its frame. A staircase bears more than a passing resemblance, both physically and symbolically, to a spine. The windows of a house serve much the same purpose as eyes, and anyone who has ever rounded a bend or a long drive and come suddenly face to face with a tall, dark manor will tell you that it is difficult to shake the impression that the house, through its lightless windows, is a creature capable of vision and intelligence.
They really wanted to hammer in the metaphor. Well, first of all, they already half hammered in the metaphor because I like how all the windows are black, like you can't see outside them. So if the windows are a metaphor for eyes, I'm completely blind. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
But if they really wanted to hammer that in, they could have made all the lighting come from the windows instead of and keep the house dark, because that way it can be like only the windows represent your sight. The kitchen being your stomach, I mean, like, come on, it's way too easy.
Yeah, they even mentioned it's obvious.
Yeah.
But
I just want to hide in the bathroom. Why can I do this? Doesn't mean I have to give everyone nausea. Anyway, is that it? Okay. So I'm a little. Yo, what is the a wisp? There we go. I was gonna say Warcraft 3's elf race worker. Is a wisp. I'm one of them.
okay.
Wisps are glowing orbs with eyes.
Yes.
Hey, cool. This one actually did have a glow. I was able to see it.
They all have a glow.
You can't fool
You
me.
just. Okay.
The bedroom is perhaps the room that most eludes direct comparison in this fashion. At a stretch, and allowing for a bit of poetic sympathy, it might be said that the bedroom is not unlike the human mind, or those parts of it which dictate thought and imagination. In the bedroom, dreams are dreamt, passions are ignited, epiphanies are experienced in cold sweat at early hours. In the bedroom is where people invariably spend the majority of their time, though comparatively little of it whilst conscious.
100% seriousness. Most of my inspiration happens when I'm in the shower.
Yeah. I like how much of a spaz you are.
I can't. I don't. All right, so like they should have done the Bioshock thing where I just carry the tape recorder around with me everywhere, so I can listen as I'm going to the next stop, which is obviously the bedroom. Forcing the player to like stay within a small confines while nothing is happening, like forcing me to use my ears when I can use my ears and do other things at the same time. It's no different from like the Ego Raptor argument, where in Mega Man, let me tell you a tutorial that I'm gonna stop the game for, so you have to sit there and read no matter what.
It's fair.
That make any sense?
No, I you said it really weird, but I get what you mean.
Okay. The player should be able to so a game is an experience, and an experience is supposed to stimulate all senses, or as many senses as it can, at once. Where the hell are the stairs? Did I just get lost? I didn't know that was possible.
You stairs are right there.
Where?
Behind you. You looked down the stairs, and you were like,
No, they're
where are
not.
the stairs?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm blind. Literally, I can't. Anyway, yeah. So a game is meant to stimulate as many senses as it can because it's an experience. It's not just an artistic piece which is trying to stimulate eyes and occasionally like sense and touch with like really good art. Then like music, it like stimulates sound, but it also stimulates like eyes and hearing and occasionally touch. But like a game is stimulating everything at once. It's like letting you. It's not only stimulating them; it's letting you control your stimulation by letting you move around and experience it. It's an experience. It's a very interesting form of art. So when you forcefully stimulate one thing, aka the ears, when I'm listening to the tape recording, and deny me the stimulation for everything else and letting me move around and stuff like that, it's obnoxious. So yeah, I become a spaz because I'm just like, well, I guess I have to just sit here.
And yet, this analogy is an incomplete one, for obviously the mind is an exceedingly complex thing. If the bedroom represents the thinking, dreaming part of the brain, then it is the basement that represents those lower, unconscious parts. The basement is dark. It is buried. It is a place full of cobwebs where memories are stored. A poignant comparison, truly. Often the unnerving uncertainty that comes with considering the deeper aspects of the human psyche is not unlike gazing down at the swimming blackness pooled at the bottom of a basement stairwell. It is a place we spend our childhoods filling with monsters that will lay for years in patient silence. It is a place that, barring some specific errand, we seldom ever want to go.
I can relate to this. My uncle lived in the basement, and well, he always filled my mind with uncertainty.
Yeah.
I didn't read the text, but I'm assuming it's telling me to go to the basement.
Yes.
Okay. At least this game's intuitive. I appreciate that. That's the there it is. Probably. No. Okay.
Where is the basement at?
That's the. This is all of the dining room. Is there another door? Is it behind here? Is the basement a metaphor for crawl space or some shit? Or
no.
Maybe is it in the garage? Well, guess there's no basement. Time to Alta 4.
No. Pretty sure there's a basement.
Did I miss a door? So,
Probably.
I mean, usually you can access the cellar from the kitchen, so I mean, like, that's a thing. But I recall there not being any extra doors. I lied. Hey. Architecture. Bricks. My arch nemesis. Can I fall off? Yeah. All right. Cool. Thank you for no invisible walls. I appreciate that. Speed run this ish. Gotta do some pixel pushing.
Let's go, AGDQ.
Why? Like, at least make there be like a workbench or like a hook that it's hanging off of. A hook that it's hanging off would be really cool, and just see the tape dangling. That'd be really atmospheric, and I'd like that. But it's just plastered on the wall.
Yeah.
Why not like put it on this? Like there are shelves here. Like why not just put it on the shelf? Why not do anything that makes sense? It's a nitpicky thing, but it's details that really pull a game together. And anyone can make a walking sim with inside a house. It's the details that are gonna sell me on it.
Yeah. Maybe there's a reason it was on the wall.
Sure, but why was it plastered there? Once again, it could have just been hanging off of something on the wall, like a hook. Like it's pretty normal.
Maybe there's a reason it wasn't normal.
Of course, this comparison, though appropriate, is a very heavy-handed one, and often the basement is little more than a storage space littered with the corpses of spiders and wood lice. While poets and psychoanalysts no doubt dread the thought of a dark basement, in truth, it is the bedroom, the waking mind, that place of dreams, which is actually the most frightening of all.
Of course, it's the most frightening. It's where Dad lives. I guess. Hold on a second. My prince did come. His name is Daddy.
His name is Daddy.
It's literally pitch black. I can't see a thing.
That's okay.
At least show me a glow where I actually can't see a thing. What the? Where am I? Fuck. I'm just gonna hit forward until I hit a wall, I guess. Okay, alright. Left hand on the wall. I do not know why you're okay with this level of darkness. You can express darkness without blinding me.
Yeah. I don't think this game blinds you that much. Maybe my monitor's different though, so I don't know.
Okay. On my screen, it's like I am just blind. Okay. Like the wallpaper.
I like the red.
Is that a? What am I looking at? This looks something out of Doom. What am I looking at?
Looks like someone's mouth.
What?
I see teeth. See a uvula.
I'll give this to you. I have no idea. No, there's the mouth. Hey.
Okay.
This is more. I guess it must be mouth by extension in that case. Like everything else here is a mouth. Like different expressions of it. Like one's with the muscle, one's all bones, one's like just normal. You can see the teeth like normally. One's this, whatever this is. Oh hey, it doesn't want me going all the way back down. I guess the only open remaining doors are up here anyway. Although I do want to go down and see if there's like a different dialogue, because I wanted to listen to it in my stomach.
It is here, in the bedroom, that we are at our most vulnerable. Each night we shut our senses to the world for hours at a time, trusting in the house to keep us safe until next we wake. In this state of extreme vulnerability, we will spend something like 20% of our lives. Anything might stand beside us, watch us, keep us company until dawn, and we would never perceive it. We can only pray that the house will not let such things carry on as we sleep. In this way, during these hours, the bedroom seems less like a mind and more like a mouth. For it is here that the house is most likely to betray us. It is here that we place ourselves most at the house's mercy and spend each night hoping that it will not bite down.
Oh no, it's dark. I can't see. How spooky. Oh, and the game ended. Okay. Yeah, okay, sure. That is kind of cool.
Yeah, that is not the end of the game.
I figured. I figured it was pulling something like Undertale.
Yeah.
That guy went from anatomy physician, or a physician with an anatomy specialization, to just straight up, I'm trying to spook you. That last dialogue was not like... It wasn't even trying to be philosophical anymore. For better or worse. I would argue that it's better to make it sound scary, but still make it sound like you're trying to do your profession. So it's like we're interpreting the fear and we know it. Rather than... He kind of heavy-handed it to us, but I mean, he even mentioned that it was a bit heavy-handed. Whatever.
Let's see.
I wonder if the lights will turn on, because it's morning now. Oh shit, it sounds scary. I'm scared. Hey. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is this me playing the game? Because the first, like, 10 minutes of this game was me just staring into the distance while I set everything up.
No, you have to click.
See, I would have just sat here for 15 minutes if you didn't tell me that. Oh, hey, there was one more door. I wonder what would have happened if I just went all the way down to the kitchen anyway.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna hide in here.
There's no monsters. Nothing to hide from.
I am the monster in the closet. We're all soldiers now.
Yeah.
I'm already a demon.
Shit.
Hi, Satan, my old friend.
In the psychology of the modern civilized human being, it is difficult to overstate the significance of the house. Since as early as the Neolithic era, humankind has defined the era of the dead. Of all the structures that mankind has invented for itself, there is little doubt that the house is that which it relies upon most completely for its continued survival.
I like that. I like this a lot. Oh, that's really cool. The distorted sound and then like the breaking on the dialogue.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, this plate set out. That's awesome. Holy shit. It's a dinner for 3. Oh, 4. 4? Yeah, 4. How did it know there was 4 family members in my household?
Oh no.
Confirmation bias? No. Alright, I'm not even gonna try to understand what the hell you're trying to tell me.
It's anatomy, Monica.
Do I have to wait for the tape to appear? I like this. I also am not blind anymore. Fucking finally. I feel like in Dark Souls 1 I finally get to teleport from bonfire to bonfire. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Achievement unlocked. The shadows make some? Wonder. Oh hey! It's a window. I haven't noticed that. Was that always there?
Yes.
Cool. Hey, more windows. Hey, look, a lamp.
Oh,
Hey! Was that also always there?
Was it?
No. Because I remember hugging the left wall to try and go there. I would have noticed this.
Who knows?
I wonder if anything's different about it. I like the guy on the top. Just looks like freaking Brand. Is straight up freaking the human torch right there. This guy looks a little bit bigger, but I don't care. You know what? I don't need to pause it. You can just stay in there. Oh, I'm supposed to go to the bathroom or some shit. Wait, I wonder if there's more lamps. I want to not be blind. That would be cool. Hey, look. It's actually glowing. I like that. It's a play on, is it a glitch, but or also is there a secret compartment behind the The medicine cabinet, which is like an actual thing in houses. I like that. Like of all the things that they could have glitched out, they chose a very specific one. I appreciate that. All right, Satan, let's keep looking.
That is pretty loud.
Doors are unlocked. All of them? Can I just leave? They lied to me. How dare they?
There's
Oh, is this not next? I don't fucking know. I mean, I know the closet door was unlocked. Do I have to hide in the closet now? Oh, alright. Oh, was it the garage next? Maybe it was the garage next. Yeah. Guess not.
I wonder what's happened.
Just gonna sit here. Garage door open? They lied to me again.
Yeah.
Not one door, but two? Could they do this? It's the one with the stairway? No, the stairway was way later. Yeah, it's not the stairway.
Sunset wants you to check it out.
Okay. Alright. Can you call me in like an hour and a half? She's asleep. I can definitely try. What game is this? It's a Spookins. It's Frank, please read chat. Frank is all about that chat. Give him a call in an hour or so. Texas Mang. I did. No response. Of course there's no response. I saw the text though. If I nap too long, I'm depressed. This is true. Let me see if Google can hear me. Okay, Google. Set an alarm for 1 hour from now. Didn't work. I'll be right back.
Shit.
Okay, Google. Set an alarm for 1 hour from now. Alright, let's do this. Call in an hour, actually. That's what I said. Okay, perfect. I think the choice to have the distortion and a bit of reduction on the tapes is welcome. Subtitles would be necessary to at least understand a few things. I think they took advantage of that. The subtitles were necessary to understand a few things, but then they distorted the subtitles. It's a good way to play on what the game actually is trying to do. Can't pan anymore? Oh, there we go. It could be the things are in a different order. There were still doors upstairs that I never actually got to access, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
I wonder. All the doors are unlocked after all.
They're not though. Very blatantly, they're not. Look. Same. Which room was this? I don't even remember. Just an empty room?
I don't think you could access that one before.
Okay. It's my bedroom.
Bedroom.
Oh, it's dinner prayers or some shit. It was weird because I was like, at first it was screaming, then it's like something about her baby. It was something about like God bless America or some shit. And then at the end she said amen. I'm like, oh okay, I get you.
Mm.
I got you, girl. Aw, I want my windows. The windows are flickering. Just a symbol that I'm going blind?
Uh-huh.
Those are my eyes. He who something the vacuous wrong, grant us eyes, grant us eyes. What is he? What is the actual word? He says, he who something the vacuous wrong.
I don't know.
He who liberated the vacuous wrong?
No. Vacuous ROM is just vacuous. Poor ROM.
Oh, this is the master bedroom, I can tell because I can't see shit. At every door?
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Remember, there's a tape recorder in the master bedroom.
Fuck the master bedroom.
Okay.
It is like easier to get to the kitchen because of how blind I am in that room. Oh,
You're already having less. What?
He's playing with fidget spinners. What are you saying?
No, just you're already having less trouble finding your way around because you know the place.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the point.
Yes, it is the point.
Otherwise,
That's what
they
I.
couldn't distort the audio now, could they? There's a tape in the living room. Hey! Welcome, Swagga. I think it's Swag. Yeah, you are. Okay. Couldn't see with the game not being like that. Distort the text, visible text, narration. They could have played up on that as well. Oh, it's a prayer. The thing before you go to sleep. It makes sense why it's not so bad. Basic prayer for protection. But if something were to happen, asking God to lead them to heaven. Sure, I believe you. I thought it was that one part from that Metallica song. Might as well have been.
Probably not.
Look at you knowing Metallica. Hey, what? Turn it back on. How dare you? Fucking resetting the room just to load a tape.
How dare? That's a little spooky.
Not really. Yo, will it glitch my hand if I grab it? Oh wait, I don't have hands because I'm a wisp. Hey, I fixed it.
Yeah.
I closed you. Fucking door. Someone hiding in you now? Alright,
Nope.
fine.
It is easy to think of the kitchen and dining room as the stomach or digestive system of a house, though this comparison is tenuous. By contrast, the function and analysis...
Do you compare the dining room to the stomach?
immediately obvious.
Yes.
Arrows and corridors of a house are like veins, providing circulation coursing throughout its frame. A staircase bears more than a passing resemblance, both physically and symbolically, to a spine. The windows of a house serve much the same purpose as eyes, and anyone who has ever rounded a bend on a long drive and come suddenly face to face with a pale, dark manor will tell you that the house is a creature capable of...
Okay. So, the game lied again. This door is very blatantly not unlocked.
Mm.
How dare they? But the basement is spooky. Don't make me go there last.
I wonder. Game is lying about things?
How could they?
What could this mean?
It means... Look at hand.
Do you think maybe the voice in the tape isn't all that trustworthy?
Fucking unreliable lamp ass. Piece of shit. Walmart brand fucking. Well, I already knew the tape recorder was full of shit. But also, so is this lamp apparently. Fucking. Let me leave. Okay, fine now. Ah. Okay, this actually doesn't seem like a glitch. I mean, like an intended glitch. This actually seems not intended for lighting. Okay.
I think it's intended.
Really?
Yeah.
Because everything as I approach it illuminates, right? I feel like I'm just exploiting corner physics here. Look at this. Like I can trigger very willingly. Okay, if I just stare at it, it doesn't do anything. Normally, if it's an intended glitch, if I just stare at it, it does it anyway. I don't know where the fuck to go. The game just kind of changed his mind about everything. How about the garage? Nah. Somewhere else in the garage, maybe? I guess I have to check the entire fucking house again. Son of a bitch.
Damn. Well, I remember the order last time. Kind of followed the order.
It did not follow the order at all compared to last time.
Did it not?
No.
Somewhat. I believe it was like the kitchen, then the dining room, then the bathroom.
Yeah, those... Well, okay, it followed it somewhat, but then after that, it just kind of threw shit against the wall.
Okay.
I don't fucking know. Guess I just go upstairs.
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you find? The Metallica song?
I believe that's what it is.
Hey, wait, why can't I see what's...
Oh,
That's not spooky.
what?
Oh, never mind. That's a shadow of it. I thought it was like hanging by its like, what's it called? Film. That was kind of spooking me.
Yeah.
That's not a mouth. That's a person.
Huh.
All the paintings are gone. I like the paintings. They remind me of my teeth. Hey, look, it's another door. Hey, look, it's another door. Aww. Goodbye, door. Okay.
Yeah. So I wonder if the tape guy is unreliable. Do you think?
Do you think?
Do you think he was lying about the metaphor?
What? Oh, about the metaphor.
Yeah.
Um.
Do you think there's actually? Do you think the different parts actually correspond to different things?
I have no idea where you're going with this. I mean, it right like pretty early. Wait. Okay, never mind. That was just me freaking out. Pretty early on, I pretty much understood that this guy is making a metaphor out of his ass, and there's nothing actual medical behind it. And then he started lying about where the tapes are. No. Okay. I mean, he technically was never telling me in the first place, but whatever. Oh! Hi. You're trying to show me something? Like something down there? Can't see. I'm gonna assume no.
No. No, I mean the metaphor itself is gosh darn.
So,
but, like,
is he
what?
lying on what he thinks the metaphor is, or like I don't know. I don't understand what you're trying to ask me. Like it's his metaphor, so
Yeah.
he can make it out to be whatever he wants it to be.
Sure. But maybe someone else has a different opinion.
Okay. Yeah, cool. The lamp stayed on. I appreciate that.
The bedroom is perhaps the room that most eludes direct comparison in this fashion. At a stretch, and allowing for a bit of poetic sympathy, it might be said that the bedroom is not unlike the human mind, or those parts of it which dictate thought and imagination. imagination. In the bedroom, Joe.
I dream that there are teeth growing all over me, everywhere on me and in me, like cysts or bone spurs. They're loose, but I can't remove them because I have no hands. I look out through the bedroom window and I see a truck approaching. A young man steps out, approaches, and enters through the front door. His body is covered in swollen ticks the size of quarters. He's walking through the downstairs hallway and laughing. He begins urinating on the wall. He spits on the carpet. He's moving through the first floor, breaking and upsetting things. He goes to the basement and stands at the top of the stairs. I'm angry at him, so I slam the door and he falls down. I can feel his bones snapping. The ticks are bursting, oozing all black blood everywhere. I can feel him being ground up, dissolved and torn, splitting and shredding. I leave the door closed. I close my eyes and try to sleep. The teeth continue growing on me until there's nothing left of me but teeth and gums and sinew.
The basement is dark.
I like it. Fuck, did they open the basement? There's a man down there. There is a man in the woods. Fucking love that animation. Anyway, I found her hand. But, I don't want to go to the basement. Fucking... I hate you, game. I did it! I beat Undertale!
Wow.
Wow!
I wonder if
That was
there's
basically
more.
Sans laugh right there. Confirmed. Alright. Here we go. Round 3.
Are you having a good time?
No, Sans says I'm about to have a bad time. Ah, yes, my favorite childhood cartoon. Purple.
Yeah.
I have eyes! So much for teeth growing all over me. What happened to the eyes?
Oh boy. Are you in the master bedroom?
Oh, she looks nice. You're basically telling me that I'm in the master bedroom, but I'm probably not actually in the master bedroom. At least not a normal version of it. I wonder what gave it away. Alright, I'm gonna put my left hand against the wall. Okay, this is getting confusing. Is there another door behind you? No, it's just... door. Yeah, okay. I wonder if this is telling me where I'm supposed to go. Yeah, alright, that's fine. If I recall correctly, the game begins in the kitchen.
Hmm.
Okay. Open the closet this time? Yeah, I can. Open this closet? No. Darn. Is there a lamp this time? Get out of my way. Can I turn on the TV? Can I do all of the things? TV! Oh! Oh, okay. I needed more red. Thanks. Yeah, it really fills the house with color. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
One orgy at my house and it would look just like that too under UV, right?
Oh man.
Oh fuck! I wanted the dining. Oh, okay, cool. This person just does not want to. Hey, come on, man. Why are you so bad at handling plate? Oh, come on. Oh, jeez. Fuck. 4 tries and I blew all 4.
Wow. That's something.
Where's my fridge? I've been robbed.
No, your plans.
This guy's got mad arms. Aw, jeez. Glowing red things. Come on, man. If I press this, will it fall down? Oh. It's just, yeah, okay. Haha! Thought you got away from me, plate, you fucko. This is nice. I like what I've done to the place.
Yeah.
It's a good change of pace. Good change of pace. No, the hand! Her hand went missing too. It's not fair. All the hands always go away.
Hmm.
It's like the hand got wrecked by X-23. Fucking Marvel. Why it took so long for it to load?
Because the tape was there.
Hurts. Yeah, okay, you know what? That's nice. Do the teeth hurt? Do the soul hurt? Does the dignity hurt? Because I
I wonder
Oh, my
what's
tub.
there.
can't. Feck. How am I supposed to clean myself? What the fuck? Nope. Nope. That's fine. I don't need that. Is this a room? Is there another fucking organ in here? There might be another fucking organ in my house. I hate when that happens.
Oh man.
My house turns into organs, I swear to God.
Oh look, it's a tape.
Fuck this room. Where's the organ room? Where the fuck is the organ? Fuck this room. Okay. Fuck you too. You fall off. I can't turn you off. Can I turn you off? Yeah. The house is clean. Crazy.
Wow.
More plates! Call me Gordon.
If we were to dissect the house, we would find organs and stomachs, brains and minds and eyes.
Where's the muscle?
And memories and come out. It was like
Garage?
Basement?
No, it was not the basement, because I... Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! Fuck you, game. I actually really hate that. This is what's called railroading. It's just like, alright, no, you're done. Get the fuck back in here. Like, if I left the room and this, like, flesh appeared here, it should have just arced off into something else because I was outside the kitchen, versus if I stayed in the kitchen and listened. That would have been a lot more game-like.
This isn't a game.
This isn't a game, Gex! If you die in the game, you die in real life. Fucking, where's the corpse
See, I
that
told you it was the
ground up, you
basement.
fucking teeth lady. What'd you say?
I told you it was the basement.
I mean, it kind of forced me to go here.
Yeah.
So much for something being in the basement. Guess we give up now. I mean, last time it was just like attached to the wall. But usually when the tape is like glitched and not somewhere else, it like emits a light. So I'm not best idiotically searching for it.
Yeah.
This game has taught me my objective is to find cassette tapes that'll fucking give me one. How's the chat doing? Everyone left after Sarago found the Metallica song. Thanks, Web.
They're still here, I think. I'm not sure.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah, JP's still.
Hey, JP. How you doing?
And so is Swag.
Wow. How you doing, Swagger? Thanks for chilling. Surprised Fedora's not here. He's usually like on point. Whenever I start streaming, he's just always shows up. It's kind of weird.
Maybe go back up?
I was about to, but now that you told me, I'm not.
Okay.
Kidding. But like, there's gonna be an organ in the kitchen.
Yeah, JP's thinking about it. You do that, JP. Proud of you.
I think he went like IRL.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Is it on the wall anymore? No. Meant to. Can I just leave? No. Okay. Game's not giving me a lot to work with.
Right.
I guess I could just exit the game instead of waiting for it to kick me out of the game. I'm running out of other ideas.
Man.
Maybe it's
Is there really
termination
nothing?
of the wall. There's really nothing. I mean, I'm just blind as fuck. It's very possible I'm just blind as fuck. Oh, there we go.
There is an important distinction that must be drawn between the words dissection and vivisection. A distinction that appears to be lost on you. Your purpose was to listen, and yet at every turn you have pried, you have prodded, and you have interfered. Have you not been paying attention? Did it not occur to you that as an organism existing within a greater organism, your intrusion would be felt? And still you harassed. And now, like the wayward spider who witlessly settles upon a sweeper's tongue, you will be swallowed. Because the truth is this. When a house is both hungry and awake, every room becomes a mouth.
becomes a mouth. Yeah, okay. Oh, this atmosphere reminds me of Music Machine. I like this atmosphere.
Yeah.
Another good horror game out. And I can only go forward. Most horror games I've seen them like this. Still don't like it. That's fine. So I'm just literally very right? I have to just hold forward.
I believe so.
It's a door. It won't let me go to the door. Thanks, game. Round 4.
Let's see.
Have you ever played Perspective?
No.
If you like the okay, Perspective, I think you should just literally play today. The game's like an hour long, and it's a really, really good puzzle game. It was made like as a college project, so it feels very video gamey at first, but then it gets real meta, and I like it a lot. Can't do anything. Okay.
What happens to a house when it is left alone? When it becomes worn and aged? When its paint peels and its foundations begin to sink? When it goes for too long unlived in? What does it think of? What does it dream? How does it regard those creatures who built it, brought it into existence only to abandon it when its usefulness no longer satisfies them? It may grow lonesome. It may stare for long hours into the darkness of its own empty halls and see shadows, and its heart may jump as it thinks, here is someone again, I'm not alone. And each time it is wrong, and the hurt starts over. It may haunt itself, inventing ghosts to walk its floors, making friends with its shadow puppets, laughing and whispering to itself at the end of some quiet cul-de-sac. It may grow angry. Its basement may fill with churning acid like an empty stomach, and its gorge may rise as it asks itself through clenched teeth, what did I do wrong? It may grow bitter. It may grow hungry. So hungry and so bitter that its scruples dissolve and its doors unlock themselves. While a house may hunger, it cannot starve. And so, in fever and anger and loneliness, it may simply lie in wait. Doors open. Shades drawn. Hallways empty. Hungry.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good monologue. I bet if I click it again, it'll let me play again or say something else. I just kind of had to sit here. That's fine. Until something happens. But, to tie it back, it was really cool, like, because, like, the entire game up to this point has been, like, slowly personifying the house, or rather, housifying the person. So it was a huge metaphor for human self-maintenance, I guess, where it's like if you don't take care of yourself, you start to go insane. If other people don't take care of you, you start going insane. It's like how humans are social creatures. A statement on that is statements on lots of things that I won't go into too much detail on because people have probably heard those metaphors till death.
I actually thought it was the opposite. I thought it was more personifying the house. And like
I think in a literal sense it was personifying the house, especially at the end. But up to this point, it was really trying to say like how like houses are like people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's intended that you flip it on its head and that people are like houses, where when you abandon them, they start to fall apart. They start to go insane. They start to resent the people who abandoned them. Start to make companions with shadows, shit like that. I think that was the point.
I can see that.
It kind of reminded me of. Do you watch Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've been keeping up with the third season, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You know the episode with the psychologist?
Yeah. Pickle Rick.
Yeah. At the very end, when she explains to Rick like how minds are kind of like taking care of the mind is not fun; it's work.
Mm-hmm.
Some people do that work and they can keep on functioning, and some people just don't because they just die, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. I randomly made a link to that with this. It's like just like how if you don't maintain a person, they fall apart. In the same sense, if you don't do the work, even though it's not fun, some people would just rather die. Interesting perspective to tie together.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just press buttons until something happens.
I think this might be the end of the game. I'm not sure.
Might. You never played past this?
No.
No? Yikes.
Yeah.
So you've never played past this part?
No.
Okay. So this might be the end of the game.
Yeah. But
I refuse to hit escape.
I think where did you go? Oh. I think gosh darn. Well, I think it's like one of them dealers. Yeah, it's one of those. You know what I'm saying?
Probably. I'm making a lot of assumptions. But, if those assumptions are correct, then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thanks.
No problem. Anytime.
Didn't you like it?
Yeah, it's a good game. I liked it. Except for the fucking organ. Fuck that organ. And at the very end, there was a jump scare, which kind of made me upset. Which is like the red lasers everywhere.
Was that it? That wasn't really a jump scare. You just
it made me feel like I got jump scared. So I guess it effectively worked like one. It would have been much more obvious that it wasn't a jump scare if the red beams just faded in, or if basically that's it. Red beams just faded in, or if it's like every time I turn around or look at a viewpoint for the first time, like it would look normal, but if I turned around, then red beams would appear. Like if I ever looked at a place a second time. So that way I'd have to traverse the basement at least twice for me to realize that there's just red beams everywhere. That would be like one way to fade everything in without it being a jump scare. But it literally just started dialogue and popped lasers everywhere at once. Also, random invisible walls started appearing for no reason. I just couldn't go into corners and stuff. Like it didn't really add to the glitchy aesthetic or anyway. It just kind of isolated me from going into corners. I don't know if it was trying to prevent some glitch that she knew about. It's like some hard fix where it just prevents me from going there, or what happened. But like, that was the thing.
I think the idea is like the house resents you. I think the idea is like it's messing with you. It's controlling you.
Well, that explains why it was railroaded. Sure, but it doesn't explain why. In the very end, right? Like when there were red lasers everywhere, and I was still in the basement. I could move around. But there were just certain areas I just couldn't go near for no reason. Like it was just like a wall. I couldn't go near that wall. This game isn't over. It's not.
It might be.
Feck.
It's a short game. You could try hitting escape and then going back in.
But that'd be admitting defeat.
Shit. No, I think this is just like the screen where you're like, it's like the old like NES game over screens where it's just like, hey, look
Just
at me, I
there.
beat the game.
No, but usually it's like press B to play again or some shit. You know, in a NES game, not in this game. I'm not expecting it. Oh.
No, dude, there is a bunch of NES games that are just like, hey, look at this screen
It really
for
did do
the
the
rest of the
Undertale.
time.
If I Alt F4 and go back in, it just takes me to the screen.
Yeah.
If I unzip the game, will it still take me here? Is a save file within the directory, or is it hiding it somewhere in my system files, like Undertale style?
I have no clue.
I'm gonna find out.
Try just escaping and going back in.
That's what I did. If I escaped and went back in, it just showed me the tape recorder again.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna unzip the game again. Delete this. Gonna do this. There's also a text file that says, "Don't read this until I've finished the game." I want to confirm I finished the game before I touch it. Kind of neat that a game comes with a text file that says, "Keep the game and then read this."
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Time Fuck, where it was like at the very end you can beat the last level in like 2 different ways, and depending on how you beat it, whether it's the obvious way or the hard way, you get completely different dialogue as the credits, and it's really, really neat.
Yeah.
It seems obvious that it would be that way, but you don't actually know which one's the intended route until you actually pick it. In fact, to most players, the first time they beat it, they don't even realize there's a second solution.
Yeah.
They just beat it one way or the other. Where the heck did I have this thing? Yeah. Extract that shit. Oh yeah. That's tab. You phone. Anatomy. Extract that shit.
Yeah, but I think I don't know. I think Kitty Horror Show's stuff is interesting because it tends to have this vibe of evil places as opposed to evil things invading places.
I mean, so Silent Hill style.
Yeah, exactly.
Except, I mean, it's debatable whether Silent Hill is considered evil. Oh, it did hide it in my system files. I unzipped it from scratch. That also explains why I remembered my graphic settings. I immediately had a hunch because of that. I won't even replay the ending. It's like, nah, we know you heard the tape.
Yeah.
Cool.
Kitty Horror Show.
Neato.
Yeah.
See, I'm more of a... So, like, it's normally horror games are, like, very much evil place or evil person, right? Something evil is among, is there. I like things that are unsettling, rather than evil, where you just start questioning, like, where am I and do I want to be here? Like, the answer to do I want to be here should not be obvious. In a lot of horror games, it is. It's like, I don't want to be here, let me out, or let me do whatever I needed to get out, right?
Yeah.
This game was no exception to that. And this philosophy was actually inspired by a children's book, whatever. The idea of the book was this girl dies early on, and Death is standing right next to her. She's just like, oh, how are you? And Death talks to her and just goes, yeah, I'm fine, but it's your time. We gotta reap you. And she's just like, do I have to die? And she's like, yeah, kinda. And then they just start talking, and they have like this long philosophical discussion, and then he kills her, but instead of sending her off, he like holds on to her and says like, all right, you're just gonna follow me now. And the rest of the storybook is about them just talking as Death goes around killing people. And it's unsettling because it's a small child just hanging out with Death, and they're just talking about philosophical nonsense. And At the same time, though, there's no sense of loneliness because there's two people together. There's no sense of fear. She's not in danger. She's already dead. Um, there's no sense of like desperation. There's no decision to escape or anything like that. There is no escape. You're already dead. And that kind of made me think. It's like, I wonder if horror games can give you that same feeling. This feeling of, I don't necessarily want to leave, and I'm not afraid for my life. I just want to question everything around me. Like, this game is making me uncomfortable in that what I was thinking before may or may not be the case, or my initial impression may or may not be the case. Like, imagine if a game took place in like a town where everyone was just fucking weird, but they were all really nice. Like, they were all really polite when they talked to you, but they were all fucking weird. Like, one of the people is just someone who's just constantly scratching at their skin, and every time you see them, they have like less and less skin on them because they're fucking clawing their like flesh off.
So Twin Peaks. So Deadly
Twin Peaks.
Premonition.
But what are either of those things?
Twin Peaks is David Lynch TV series that does that.
That's cool.
And Deadly Premonition is a game that heavily borrows from Twin Peaks.
I don't watch TV. Well, I mean, I don't watch TV. I wouldn't know, but I believe you.
That's okay. Yeah. David Lynch is really good. He made Eraserhead. Yeah, I mean, like, I think the house in this game is sympathetic to some extent.
Okay.
I think, remember the whole dialogue about it being lonely? That whole deal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very end, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And yeah, like the house is its own character. It has feelings and emotions and
it's been personified.
It does things to you because gosh darn.
It doesn't want you to leave.
Yeah,
that's probably why at the very end it directed you towards the basement. The basement is a storage place. It's the place where things go to never leave.
Yeah.
House was afraid of being alone again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good game.
It is a good game. I especially loved the dialogue. I really liked the creepy lady, especially like her initial dialogue when she first appeared, when she started talking about being covered in teeth. I thought that was fucking awesome. That was probably my favorite dialogue of the entire game. The last one was my second favorite.
Yeah.
She was a cool dude, I guess. I wonder if she was the giant portrait behind the bed. I don't know why it would matter. That's the thing. So, now I'm going to read that spoilers thing. Like, spoilers play before reading. It's only like a sentence, apparently. Let me see this. Let me see this doohickey. Believe you reached the end of the game? Unsure what to do next? Scroll slowly. Stop at speed bumps. Oh, is this just a walkthrough? Have you only run the game once? The game must be run several times to complete the experience. Okay. Are you in the basement? Immobile with the tape player? Has it played the tape? Okay. You reach the end of the game when you run the program and begin the game in the basement with the tape player, and nothing happens after 30 plus seconds. Oh, it was timed. It was not based on clicks. Okay. You can hit the delete key in the scene to erase the game's memory and start over from the very beginning. Alright. Thank you, Kitty Horror Show, for clearing that up for me. We now know the game actually ended.
Yeah.
Did you not read that? Or did you actually read that?
Yeah.
You did read that. I don't know what that meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the house now.
The house is literally me.
Today is gonna be a better day. I played that game today. This one.
Which one? This one?
It's The Static Speaks My Name.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
This
is good. This is a good game. I have a gosh darn on it.
A what?
A theory on it.
A theory?
Yeah.
Drop it on me.
I have a theory on why it's called The Static Speaks My Name.
The static isn't... I mean, they made it pretty obvious. It was very literal. Like, the static is this omnipresent connection between people, and there's this surgence of some sort of consciousness, which like kind of represents guilt or whatever. that flows through the static and finds out people that need to feel guilty.
I actually do not think that at
Okay.
all. I think so the way I thought of it was, what is static, right? Static, and like, at least in the context of the game, static is the fucking, like, TV static, right?
Yeah, like white noise or
White
disruption
noise,
kind
yeah.
of thing.
So so in the context of television, what that is nothing. It's a lack of something.
Right.
It is um
Well, static usually implies interference. Doesn't it? Because like in a maybe this is me forcing my metaphor, but I'm not trying to force my metaphor. Just instinctively, when I see a TV screen get staticky, I don't imagine that as nothing. I imagine that as something that's getting in the way of me seeing what I want to see. And
but usually there's channels that are just, at least on old CRT stuff, like there's just channels that are just static.
Yeah, that's true.
That are nothing more. So the way I see it is, the static speaks my name is, I am being called to nothing. I am being sort of, gosh darn, to kill myself, that kind of deal. But I don't know. That was just my interpretation of it.
Okay. It could be both. I mean, those two theories don't interfere with each other. Because you imply that something is calling you to nothing. It's the nothingness that's calling you. And it could be that nothingness that's calling you. It's like that weird action that the beginning and the ending of the game displays. I do want to see a sequel. That'd be really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Because it did imply that there would be like several situations like this. It's pretty neat.
It's pretty neato.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
When did Monica tell me to wake her up?
In an hour.
Yeah.
5:30.
More minutes or some shit.
I like how this is episode 1 of Anatomy and we're done.
Yeah, right. Hey, what do you know? It's exactly 10 minutes from now. I knew it.
Wow.
I am a clock. That house didn't have a clock. That house wasn't real. The aging of the home is absent from time. That metaphor made sense.
Yeah.
Wanna play some Skullgirls?
Why not?
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
Wow.
Alright, well that was a hoot.
That was a game.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it.
Okay.
I'm glad you
My
liked
name is dead. I did like it. It was really cool.
Yeah. And also, what? Oh yeah, I felt like the darkness at the beginning, because like the game got lighter as it goes on, which is a little gosh darn twist on the thingy and the doodly dangs.
The house did not get lighter as it went on. They gave more sources of lights, aka the TV and the lamp. Fucking unreliable Walmart brand lamp. But the house itself was equally dark all the way through.
Sure, but there were more sources of light, is what I mean. And oftentimes
they were both in the living room.
No.
Not like the most dark place.
But like also like the whole shit in the basement, whatever.
Oh, you mean like the red laser beams? I think they were supposed to be veins, but still.
Yeah. Gosh darn, I thought there was a little neat twist on the whole gosh darn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought the idea of the house being so terribly dark, is that the first like couple run throughs, you get acclimated to the house. You like know its ins and outs, and you can sort of like find your way around pretty easily without much help.
I mean,
and that in turn makes the twist of the house fucking.
You remember it because it's bad though. Like that's the thing. Like I struggled so much with trying to figure out where I am in the beginning of the game
Mhm.
that I remembered it because I remembered my struggles. Not so much that the house design was intuitive in any way, shape, or form.
I
The fact that I spent like 30 seconds trying to figure out how the hell to get out of the living room,
Mhm.
or like confirming that the door between the dining room and the living room was connecting those two rooms. Like I already assumed that because I saw the door in the living room, and it was like just sense of direction wise, relatively where the dining room would be. Like it was a house. It was an intuitive house, but at the same time, it was like the only reason I remembered it is because I fucking struggled like a jackass.
I don't know. Maybe I just have a better sense of direction then, because I had no problems.
I didn't have a trouble navigating the house at all until, except for the very beginning, because I didn't know what the house was.
Yeah, that's what I mean though. Is like I I just didn't feel like I struggled for it, but it's cool.
All right. I mean, sense of direction wise, I was 100% fine. That was not
Yeah.
the issue. The issue was the fact that I couldn't see where the hell I was going. I could not see the walls or whatsoever. I literally had to plaster myself to a wall and then drag myself along it to find my way out.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I didn't have to do that. Like I
Okay.
could find my way around just fine. I don't know. I'm just
I see how it is. Fucking calling me out.
no.
Alright, I'm just hopping into Skullgirls.
Yeah. Yeah. It was an experience, JP. Hopefully you liked it.
I'll find both of you. I can't believe this. He'll fight both of us.
Yeah.
I
Oh shit. God damn it. That's
damn God. Gosh,
Yeah.
Kuruli.
the the right stick on the controller you gave me just broke. It's not like a
break controllers. I've never broke one of my own controllers. Like ever
It was-
my entire life.
it was just on the floor and it broke.
You just left the controller on the floor? At least tell me it was face up.
And no, it was face down.
You baka. Can't believe this. That's like the number one rule of thing. Like you don't do that with controllers. You never leave them face down because they always break when you do.
Shit. Well, I hope it'll be fine. Cause I just need to like.
Use your newfound wealth to buy a controller.
What? My Starbucks money.
Dank Starbucks dollaroos.
Yeah. JP wants to join us.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. I hope it doesn't like fuck with me. Cause like it shouldn't, but I hope it does. I don't use the stick.
Alright, cool.
It's the right stick. But I hope it doesn't.
I mean,
like,
I think JP's the one that complains that everyone should just use the right stick, and I'm like, no, they shouldn't. Fuck the macros. Just use button inputs, you nerds.
I use micro.
What? Oh wait, hold on, I'm gonna remake the lobby. We want to change the resolution so the stream doesn't look like butt. I should probably end the stream and then restart the stream as Skullgirls. Actually, I'm just gonna end the stream. Thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. This is raw footage of game design that's great. See you around.
Yeah.